Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and also do like the video. So listen, you guys, Modiadie is suing SABC for an amount of 3.5 million rands for s.e.x.ual harassment. Okay, you get it. Okay, s.e.x.ual. You understand? Okay. I don't understand why YouTube doesn't want us to say these words, because these are things that happen in our society every day. We just have to pretend that they don't happen, because if you are saying we mustn't really say these words, you are saying we must pretend that these things don't happen in our society. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay. So she is involved in this lawsuit, you guys. And we are going to read this article in the City Press that is kind of updating us on what's happening here, you guys, okay? Because there is an employee at SABC that ended up sending an email that was kind of inappropriate, okay? Because these men at our workplaces sometimes be saying some comments, sometimes be putting it on emails sometimes, okay? Sometimes you'll be thinking, what did you just say? You know, sometimes you'll be wanting to slap some people, but you're like, listen, I'll end up getting fired, because it's kind of easier to prove a clap than it is to prove, some inappropriate comment. Because now when you go and report that, like, but you are overreacting, he was just playing around. But a clap, they'd be like, how can you, how dare you punch an employee at a place of employment, at a professional space? Okay, we did not even know that you could punch somebody like that. Okay, you are fired. Okay, that's how they be acting like sometimes, So let's talk about what's happening with this lawsuits. This is a story written by Mduduzi Monyane for the City Press. Okay, so it says here, TV and radio personality Upel Modiadie's sexual harassment lawsuit, okay, against the SABC and former Metro FM manager Anthony s.e.x.ual may soon conclude, with the final argument expected at the Johannesburg High Court on the 14th of April. The case, which has been in court for nearly 4 years, comes from Modiadie's claim that s.e.x.ual sent an email with inappropriate s.e.x.ual remarks on November 2019. Modiadie is suing the public broadcaster for 3.5 million, saying that s.e.x.ual's conduct caused her emotional and psychological harm. According to Modiadie's papers, s.e.x.ual wrote an email on the 28th of November 2019, which seemingly insinuated that she was an s.e.x.ual object. Okay. Since we are there, can I also get asked that question, LOL? When do I need Pearl, and for how long? This is an email, this is a work email. Go Dumza, Pimster of the year. Sorry guys, that was just funny. Listen, you guys, I had to read this a couple of times, because I was like, this was an email. And then when I read it again, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, he meant something here. Okay. And I also wish that I had a trail of email, because I was like, The email thread appeared to have followed Modiadie's earlier email seeking clarity about being booked for a gig. Okay, I guess Pearl was asking if she was going to be needed by SABC for something, because, she had other gigs, and we all know Pearl Modiadie is a busy girl, okay? She was like, listen, my employer, are you going to need me here for some, some of your gigs, so that I can be booked somewhere else? And this employee, took an opportunity to be like, I would like to be asked that question, okay? Am I going to need, Pearl Modiadie? Okay, Pimpster. You understand? Do you get it? Yeah, sometimes they be making comments like that. Okay, the 34-year-old said that in her paper, the email violated her rights and portrayed her in a negative light to her colleagues by authoring this and sending the email Anthony s.e.x.ual conducted himself in a manner which led Paul Modiadie to feel sexually offended, dehumanized, degraded, embarrassed, ashamed, and publicly humiliated, lower her esteem, and cruelly treated by the contents of the email. s.e.x.ual intended and or deliberately meant to convey the public about the plaintiff that she is available on call for s.e.x. provided time for her to be available is properly arranged by her pimp Utumsa. However, the SABC counter argument to the matter cites that the lawsuit does not belong in a court of law, but rather in the Commission for Reconciliation, Mediation, and Arbitration. They're like, listen, you shouldn't have brought this to the court. It should have gone to the CCMA, the SABC. So they are not saying you don't have an argument here, but they are saying this should not be a matter for the court. It should be a matter for the CCMA, because they might know that at the CCMA they have somebody like a friend. You understand? They're like, why are you bringing it here? At the CCMA we have our friend there. You get it? The SABC has argued that its application for discovery in 2003 made through its lawyer s.e.x.ual that they submitted the notice to Modiadie's lawyer Mafona Ramotwala, but they failed to respond within the prescribed time frame. However, Ramotwala told City Press that the argument and proof of allegations has been made available to the SABC, and it was upon the court to determine the case. s.e.x.ual has also written an affidavit that is in the court citing that after the allegations surfaced, he received a letter from the SABC informing him that the public broadcaster was no longer willing to employ him. Okay, so does it mean that they fired him or his contract ended and they were not willing to renew it, all because of an email? If you just decided to not send that one email, you just lost your job, okay? Lost your job and your reputation, okay? And your ex-employer is getting sued now, okay? And clearly he does not have money. That's why they're not suing him. Listen, you guys, I think that when things like this happen in a workplace, it would be nice to see management take steps to reprimand the person. Sometimes you'll be sitting there alone feeling like, am I the only one that feels like this was inappropriate to be said or to be put in an email, but everybody else is not even saying, what did you nobody's having that reaction. So it would be great if employers or management would have those kinds of reactions to people. Then people would be like, yeah, it was wrong to be said, but we don't want to say anything, understand. Anyway, guys, I hope she wins, okay? I hope she wins. I hope she gets the 3.5 million rands. But this case has dragged for so long, you guys, that I kind of feel like she has spent a lot of money on lawyers, because it's, I think it's from 2023? No, even before that, it's 2019. So, she spent a lot of money on lawyers. So I do wonder if she has even spent money that is close to millions even, but I hope that she wins, I hope that she wins. The sad thing is that the money is not going to come from it's not going to come from this guy. It's going to come from SABC. I was hoping it would be nice if the money was going to come from this guy so that he learns his lesson. Okay, you can't just be writing emails like that at work, so okay. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Let me read it again, okay? Now, keep in mind, this was a response to, Paul Modiadie sending emails, just finding out, okay, employer, what is my schedule like here? Because so that I can book other kids. Do you need me here? Because I'm needed somewhere else. This is an email at work by one of the colleagues. Since we are there, can I also get asked that question? LOL. When do you need Pearl and for how long? Go Dumza, Pimster of the Year. Sorry, guys, that was funny. pimpster. Nanokuthi yo at work. Guys, in your with your employers, and you send them emails at yo. Thank you so much. Ngithanda kakhulu.